Good morning, everyone. This is Ariel Molosoff. I am recording from my office. Just a reminder, I'm doing my placement at a National Veteran Service Organization, but I'm out of the office that's local to my area. I say local, it is a bit of a commute, as I'm sure you guys remember, but it's local to me. It's as local as it's gonna get. I have a few questions for you today in my video. I really enjoyed Kevin's video last week. So props to you, Kevin. I really thought that was a great topic, and it got me thinking about a lot of things. So I kind of want to piggyback off that. So if you guys don't remember, Kevin talked about his personal practice philosophy and the approaches, the interventions that he likes to use that fit with him, fit with his personality, fit with how he chooses to interact with his clients and other individuals in general. I thought that was fantastic, and it really got me thinking. One of the unfortunate things about my two placements, though I have enjoyed where I worked. My first placement was on an active duty Army base in Korea while I lived there. I worked for Army Community Service. My job was mostly advocacy work and psychoeducational, so I was developing curriculums and doing outreach, which I've really enjoyed. I think I have a natural knack for curriculum development. I love writing, I love creating, so it was a good fit for me. And this position has also been a really good fit for me. But one of the downsides to my current placement is that there's less clinical work. I went in on a clinical track, though I think I mentioned in another video that I'm probably more meso, as that's what I naturally gravitate towards. But when Kevin asked his question, I realized that I don't really know what my personal practice philosophy is, what I rely on when I work with clients. Right now, the clinical work that I do, it's not the focus of my placement. I have 2 or 3 clients, and I do informal 8-week counseling. It's very informal. The only intervention I'm allowed to use is motivational interviewing, and that's due to the way that laws and regulations governing telehealth work. Unless I have a client in New York and I have a New York license, or at my placement in New York, I cannot use anything else. So Hope for the Warrior, the organization I'm working at does, sorry about that, guys. The organization does do counseling in that way, but only out of the local offices and only face-to-face, and currently this office is not set up for that. If I'd been out of another office, the Virginia, the North Carolina office, that would have been an option. So I haven't gotten much time to really dig into that question. And it's left me thinking, while I feel ready to graduate, I'm also a little bit intimidated to continue my education myself. I know that there are processes in place and there is a structure. I have to get CEUs anyway, so obviously I'm going to get them. But there's also a lot of informal education that goes into developing yourself as a clinician. So that's my first question to you guys. How are you planning to continue your education on an informal level? Will you be doing work, will you be reading? Will you be doing more self-awareness, or are you going to rely on more formal classes like CUs or CEUs? So that's my number one question. I see myself doing a bit of both, but I am an avid reader, so I think that's going to drive my decisions for what classes I do want to take. I want to be intentional with, where I place my time. My second question is, thinking about how you answered Kevin's question last week, what are 3 books or resources that you would recommend? What were the 3 pieces that really impacted how you work with clients? And I'm not sure how I would answer that question right now. I'm taking UNE's narrative therapy course, and I feel like the text that I'm reading there will have more of an impact than I had anticipated. I think narrative therapy really, to use an informal term, it kind of jives with my personality. It resonates with me. So those are my questions. How are you going to continue your education, informally or formally? And what are 3 books, resources, pieces that really impacted your personal style? I'm really looking forward to what you say. I'm probably going to create a reading list for myself because I like reading. Have a good week, guys. Bye.